Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I am going to be doing a really in-depth reading for my collective, and I just I just feel that it'll be really nice to get some of our uh, bigger questions or deeper questions answered, specifically pertaining to your person. So like taking um, a deeper look into what's really going on with them, um, just in their own capacity, insights and secrets into what is happening with your person. Okay, so I've put together a few questions that we will be asking. Um, and we trust that Spirit will provide us with the best possible answers to our questions to help give us the down low on what's happening with our person. The person that you have in mind, the person that you hold in your heart space. I'm going to start the reading with clarifiers because this is a general read, but I want to just give you an indication of who I'm speaking to, and a little bit about your person, to give you an indication of whether or not it is actually your story, if this message is, if the reading is for you. Okay, you will obviously also get an idea of the message, and you'll know if it resonates or not. I always ask that you check in with your guides to give you guidance through the reading anyway. So welcome back everyone. It's nice to be here with you guys again today, and with Spirit, where we are going to get some of our questions answered, in relation to this special person in our lives, or just this person that you are interested in, concerned about, and you just like to know what is going on. For some of you, you won't be in contact. Others, you'll just feel like there is not the kind of open communication that you'd like. There are some things you don't know about, and it will really help you to know how to navigate the relationship if you have better insight into what's actually going on with your person, whoever this may be. So to those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm High Priestess Elif. I channel most of my message. So I read the cards, we'll be asking the tarot, we'll be asking questions, but I'm specifically channeling and speaking to my guides and keepers. Your guides and keepers know who of you need to be guided here, who of you need to hear these messages. So I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to know and to recognize if it is actually your message. Okay, and to help you to absolutely know when it's not, and to just move right past it. Don't give energy to things that are not for you. It doesn't serve. Okay, these readings are to help and not to hinder. I don't sugarcoat. I'm channeling, so I give it to you exactly the way that Spirit gives it to me. I try and tell a nice, clear and concise story. I paint a clear and concise picture, and Spirit, with the help of Spirit, I'm able to do that. It is my job to interpret the messages, the energy, the impressions, the visions that I am given, what I'm guided towards sharing with you. This is going to be an in-depth reading, and I've written down a few questions. So I have a tendency to be able to go into quite a bit of detail with the cards. So I'm going to try not to go over time, because I hate it when that happens. So yeah, let's begin. You've entered a sacred space. I start all of my readings with a meditation. I channel for remote healing. I open a channel for remote healing in the lives of my subscribers. So if you want to become a part of this community, click that subscribe button. You then allow access for that healing to reach you in the area of love and relationship with yourself. The readings that I do are focused around love, but everything in your life experience is about love. So sometimes other things come up, money, whatever Spirit highlights for me, that is what I share with you, whatever comes up. So yeah, as I said before, take a few deep breaths. Settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you, to help you to know and to recognize if it is actually your message. I'm going to start this reading for my beautiful collective with signifiers. So I'm going to sort of signify who I'm speaking to in this connection, you and your person. So you take it as it resonates. If you are a male or a female, then when I refer to the male, then that is you. And if you are getting this reading and the insight, if the person you have in mind is a female, then when I refer to the female, you know that I'm speaking about them. Okay, so, and if you are a female, then you know that I'm speaking about you when I refer to that, because I'm going to clarify, I'm going to signify who the male is in this dynamic and who the female is now. If you are a male and you are getting the reading for another male, they're the signifier, then you are going to have to look at whether or not you embody a masculine or a feminine energy more so than the other, because we have both masculine and feminine, and what sort of energy they embody. Is it more masculine or feminine? And then you go with that. Okay, so use your trust your intuition with this. You'll also know how it fits as I'm describing the person to you. Okay, let me just ground myself. I'm going to start with the masculine in this dynamic. So if it is you, then I am describing you. I'm meant to be describing you at this moment. Okay. Okay, so, and if the masculine or the male is the person that you are getting this reading for, then I'm describing them. Okay, so take it as it fits. Okay, so the masculine in this reading, and as I said, if it's you, then I'm describing you. If it's your person, then I'm describing them. Is very passionate. They're very expressive, they're passionate. This is how you've gotten to know them. I'm also picking up that there is an energy of excitement. They really, really, passion is something that excites them. New beginnings, new projects. And when they have an interest in something, they really, really dive into it. They're passionate about it. I also pick up that there is a strong sexual energy here. So from the masculine towards this other person. So if you're the masculine, then the person that you are wanting to receive this reading for, you feel deep desire for them. You feel a lot of passion for them. They ignite something inside of you that no one else has been able to do. But they also can really, you've had experience where they've driven you up the wall in a way that no one else has. And if you are a feminine and you are wanting to get the insight about the masculine, then that is what I'm explaining. This is how the masculine feels about you. Masculine in this dynamic is very expressive, very possibly has air in their chart, because there's a lot of communication, how they feel. Often they'll say things that seem a little bit odd because they're so expressive, and everybody will laugh, or they'll sort of think, oh, that's not something I would have said. But they say it in a way that is funny and everybody's able to receive it and embrace it. And then sometimes they'll say things that really make people wonder or take a second glance. Definitely there has been words between you guys, some harsh words spoken. And the masculine in this dynamic is, this is something that's had quite a pausing effect on this masculine. They realize that maybe they said things that they would not normally have said had they not felt the intensity that they do when it comes to you. The masculine here that I'm talking about is very interested in astrology, the mystics, the occult, possibly, spiritual things. They pay attention to numbers, angel numbers. They're curious about their destiny. So astrology, fortune telling, they're interested in that sort of thing. And this masculine is someone that finds that they have a boost of energy when the moon comes out. They're very, very connected to the moon. Sorry, my card fell. All right. Okay, so also lots of water. So that makes sense, the connection to the moon. This is somebody that is affected by the moon cycles, and they feel it, it's very obvious. This is also a gifted dreamer. So this person, if it is the masculine, if the masculine is the other person, then they would have been someone that tells you about their dreams. They're curious about it and what it means and interpreting it. There's something associated with the nighttime here, and that will stand out for those of you who this resonates with. This masculine is, this is a younger male. And even if it's not a younger male in age, very young at heart, dresses young, likes to be trendy, has tattoos, this is somebody that likes to express themselves in the way that they dress and in the way that their image is very much a part of their self-expression. Attractive, deeply emotional, might be very, have your feminine tendencies in a sense. How do I put it? They care about how they look, they care about their skin, they're sensitive. This masculine could have a lot of female friends, because they just click with them. They don't have that macho chip on their shoulder. And we'll see further down in the reading, could be somebody that, as I said, very emotional, but could also be somebody that struggles with their emotions. Because they are so excessively emotional, they could struggle with their emotions, where they can feel overwhelmed by it, and then they shut down or they express it in distorted ways. They could have gotten themselves into a lot of difficult situations because of how deeply emotional they are. Now let's take a look at the feminine, the female in this dynamic. Now the female, the female in this dynamic, what I'm seeing, what Spirit is showing me, is this is somebody that is constantly bringing people, I see reconciliation. Scratching my throat. So it could be that this female here is having struggling with connecting with their truth at the moment, or expressing themselves in some sort of way. If this is you, then you would know. If it's your person, then so their work, or what it is that they focus a lot on, their personality perhaps, is about bringing people together, people meeting as a result of what they do, or of them bringing people together based on their work, something that they're very passionate about. This person also really enjoys bridging the gap. And that could be, as I said, in the workplace, but it could also be with different cultures, bringing them together, different perspectives, bringing them together, just doing what nobody else has ever done. This is something they enjoy doing, they believe in, and they are willing to, they can see opportunities where other people really can't. This is also someone that I see has overcome great contrast or differences in their lives. They go between vastly different worlds. So it could be somebody that has a very mixed culture, could have two parents from different cultures, and so they sort of have this access to both worlds, and they have a way that they bring it together, but in a very powerful way, in a way that they're passionate about and that they're serious about. So it's either work related or it's their gifting. This is always also, this feminine is someone that travels a lot, never stays in one particular place for too long. And I'm seeing a very old soul, very, very old soul here. Time is not something that they are bound to, not bound to the times. This feminine is showing me a very deep energy here, because it's not superficial stuff that I'm seeing coming through. This is their essence. This is their essence, and this is possibly, if it is for a female that you are wanting to get this reading, then you would know what I mean. This is somebody that is very mysterious and always looks at life differently. Everybody will sort of be focused on the days of the week and what needs to be done, and for them time is just, it all blends into one. This is somebody that's possibly very, very spiritual, and their work is based on that as well. Gifted, old soul, help people to reconcile the different aspects of themselves and their lives, bringing parts that are disconnected back together within them, but also then in their circles, in their communities. So that is the kind of thing I see. Okay. Yeah, this is someone that works very, very hard. This feminine does very well financially. This female is single. So if it's you, you'll know how it fits. The focus has been, your relationship with money, your work, your projects, and you've been seeing the benefits of that. You're very, very stable female here. Single, stable, abundant, does well financially, does well in the workplace. Very, very guarded about what she has built, because she's not done this with the help of anybody else. She's done it on her own. And if you're the male watching this, if you're the other person watching, and I'm speaking about the person that you're watching for, you would have experienced this as this person shuts people out. She only gives access to a certain extent. That's not the case. There are parts of her that are just not your business. She knows what she wants to give in relationship and what is worth giving, and she doesn't believe that she needs to pour all of herself into somebody else or into other people. She's worked really hard to get to the place in her relationship with herself that she's at right now, and her taking care of what she values is not to protect it from anybody, from you or anybody else. No, it's just her way of taking care of it. And if people have a tendency to take it personally and feel that she's guarded, then it means they don't get it. They're projecting the fact that they don't feel they have access to everything that they want in the world. in life or in relationships, in other people, they're projecting that onto her, when in fact you need to find access to what you are looking for within yourself. So if you are the female that I'm speaking to, that is something that your person, they felt as though they'll always be a little bit on the outside, and that's their own stuff. That's their own things. This is not, it's not something that needs to be a negative thing. It's how somebody perceives it. Yeah, there's definitely been harsh words spoken between these two. Things that deep, intense passion, but this female was not okay with whatever this male said, did, how they showed up in their energy, their sexual energy, maybe towards this female, or how they just projected perhaps a lack of access, or them just feeling uncomfortable in the way they were feeling. This female didn't like the way they handled the business. And even though there's a lot of emotion here, a lot of deep love, the female in this dynamic said, that's it. I'm cutting you out. So I can see there's definitely been a parting of ways here with you guys. Okay, so let's begin. I'm already 21 minutes into the video. That's why to do these long readings, I don't know, because I get carried away a little bit. Let's look at the first question. We are going to ask what the general energies around your person is at the moment. Okay, whichever party it is that you are here getting this reading for. What is the general energies around them currently? That's what we're wanting to know. Something new is coming to their focus. Okay, what's the general energy in your person's life at the moment? Yeah, lots of new. Something new is coming to their focus. Something that they feel very passionate about, but they're also feeling very conflicted. Okay. They're focusing on stability. Right. Okay. Let's see. This person's been in a pause, in a timeout. I can see that, gaining new perspective, very possibly around the situation with you. And since this separation took place, or this fallout, or this distance between you guys, whatever that may be, however it resonates for you, they've been in an energy of pause, step back, timeout, gaining new perspective. There's a cycle here that needs to be closed before they can fully grasp this new stable beginning and this new passionate beginning, which is what is seems to be the basis of the energy surrounding them at the moment. But there's a cycle that they need to close. Yeah, they really want. There's communication that needs to take place. There's an expression of feelings, of perspective, what this person wants, that they know needs to happen, so that they can allow for this new opportunity, this new stable opportunity, but they're holding back for some reason. Yeah, they're holding back for some reason. They need to get clear on where their focus is going to be. And they're feeling emotionally burdened because they're really, really feeling the urge to move forward. This is very possibly to come towards you. But they need to leave a burdensome situation, and they've taken really long to do that. This person has already, they feel as though they're already where they need to be. They're not going back and forth with where they should be. They've made their decision. But they're not steady in their focus, which is what's creating the blockage. Yeah, they had a choice to make. So what's happened here between you guys is everything was great. You didn't know how to actually, what to make of this person, because, or they didn't know what to make of you. Yeah, let me put it that way, because I'm assuming most of you watching this is the female. They didn't know what to make of you, and if you're not the female, just, twist it around as it needs to be. Because you're so together, you know what you want, you know who you are. You don't make an effort, or you don't need to earn anybody's approval. You are not going to work for a relationship. Either you want this or you don't, and that's what you said to them. This is where I am. This is what I want. This is how I feel. This is the value that you hold for me. And this is the value that I hold for me. And this is where I am. So either you want to be here or you don't. But I'm not coming to where you are, because it's messy. There's a cycle here that they needed to close, a choice that they needed to make. That, yeah, this is a third party situation that is needing to close. But for some reason, it's obviously not happening as quickly as they're wanting to. Something's blocking it. What is blocking it over here? Yeah, that's where the focus comes in. This person, your person watches you. Your person watches you all the time. Your person still doesn't know what to make of you, but at this point they don't even care about that. This person keeps, they are, it's everything in the energy around them is with you already. But there's something that they're waiting to close out here that is just taking a bit of time, and that's why they're not coming, they haven't come in, rushing in yet to tell you that. They watch you all the time. The blockage that I'm seeing here is that they feel like they need to make this happen. And you also believe they need to make this happen, but what actually needs to happen here is they need to shift their focus from the fact that you are missing and what went wrong here and what needs to be fixed to what is working. Because then the universe will just allow whatever's blocking it here. So for some of you, it might be that there is a divorce that's taking its sweet time to go through, some sort of contractual or binding terms that this person's already taken the steps to start to sever it, but for some reason it's not happening. Perhaps moving out, they're waiting for their for it, the paperwork or whatever to be approved for them to move into their new home, that sort of thing. And it's not happening as quickly as they want, and the more they're focusing on that, and that being the thing that keeps them from coming towards you, the more it's not happening, because I'm feeling that there's a lot of frustration and emotion around it. They've made their decision. They're walking away from a very emotionally unfulfilling situation. So if your person's still been in a dynamic that they needed to get out of and it was taking too long and you thought that they were just playing the fool, that's where they're at now. They're just waiting for, it's as if they're waiting for one more thing so that they can be completely free, so they can come towards you and say, hey, I know I messed up, or things were a big mess and I'm so sorry, but look, I've done it. I just needed time, that sort of thing, They don't want to come towards you until they've done that. All right. What is it that your person needs to face? Okay. What is it that they need to face that will set them free? What is the lesson in this whole situation? What is it that they need to face? Let's see. Spirit. What is it that my viewer's person needs to face? What is it that their guides are guiding them towards facing? Let's see. That they might have been avoiding. They need to face that. Okay. Okay, they need to face their feelings. They need to face the fact that even though there's not much they can go on, it's not like they can sit down and rationalize it because there's been years of history between you and you've done so many things together. And that's what Spirit is showing me is that's the thing. This person, the cycle that they are closing currently, that they needed to close a while ago. But everything happens when perhaps you feel they needed to close it a while ago, perhaps they feel they needed to close it a while ago. However, things have its own time. And in that situation, there's history. There's probably children, there's things they've built together, there's memories, there's history. So rationally, there's more of a basis for a relationship there. With you guys, it doesn't make rational sense. It's new, and yet it feels so intense. It feels so deep, but it's new. And your person needs to accept that, even that they need to accept that things take time, and it's okay, that a seed is valuable even though it's just a seed. A seed is valuable because you will not have the tree without the seed, in a sense, So even though you look at the big trees around and you think, okay, well, that's what's actually valuable. It might grow, it might not grow. It's a seed. It is so valuable, it is so precious, and inside of that seed is all that it's ever going to be. It is its greatest potential. But if you don't see that and you don't recognize it and you throw it away, it's still going to grow. But you might not have the benefit of reaping the fruits from it. Other people that pass will have the benefit of reaping the fruits from it. That's the thing. Your person feels as though it's young, it's new, and is it the right thing to do? They want to build so much on, they have so many hopes and dreams for this connection. Is it rational? They see so much potential in it. They believe in it so much, and yet there's no basis for that. And that's the thing. The mind is not, we're not going to have that basis. We have to trust our intuition. They need to trust their emotions here. And they are struggling to do that because their emotions have led them into rushing into situations and getting their fingers burnt. And they need to face that you are different and that the connection with you is different. That's what they need to face. They need to face the fact that this new beginning that's coming to their lives, that feels like everything they've ever wanted, that feels so surreal, is real. They need to face that. They need to face the fact that you can, look at that, the Lovers. They need to face the fact that this is a divine connection. They need to face the fact that what they feel and what they experience with you and the activations that have taken place. For many of you, this is a twin flame connection, because when I have the Two of Cups and the Lovers together, then that's my indication very often. They need to accept that even though they've been waiting, and okay, so this separation didn't happen a week ago. This rift between you possibly happened a couple of months ago, or like you feel like, oh, when you count the times, like, oh, it's a long time ago, but why does it still feel fresh? That's the thing. It's always going to be fresh because it is what it is. And even though they've been in this pause, in this hangman energy, the hangman energy where they've just been waiting to gain new perspective, to figure out what is really going on, and they've hoped that the feelings, the emotions would leave or become less, and they'd They don't trust their emotions. They don't trust themselves. This is somebody that does not trust themselves. They don't know if they can trust what they feel, or if they're imagining themselves, are they delusional? They feel this intense desire to rush in toward you. They felt that way when you guys were in contact or together. And if you guys are not, if you are still on speaking terms, you know that you both have distanced yourself from one another to some extent for a reason. Something happened here. And they've been hoping that with time, they'd realize that, yeah, they were just imagining themselves, this is a delusion, but it's not. It's getting more and more intense. They miss you. They need to face the fact that the intensity of this connection is real, that it's not just their imagination, and that this is what they want. This is what their soul wants, and they're not going to be able to run away from that or deny it. That's what they need to face. Okay, the next question is, what is it that your person is avoiding when it comes to you? Well, I think that Spirit answered that question. They're avoiding the depth of their emotions. The fact that it doesn't make rational sense. But maybe there's more. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that this person is avoiding when it comes to my collective? What is it that that person is avoiding when it comes? Ten of Pentacles. Guys, this is a special connection. Whatever happened here between you guys, I know it must have been ugly, but I feel like it was a shock. It set you both back, but it set you both back. Your person felt very, very confused because they were afraid of making the wrong decision. What is it that this person is avoiding? They're avoiding the fact that they struggle to trust you even though it doesn't make sense. They have trust issues and you've given them no reason to distrust you. This is everything that they want. This is that stable connection that they desire. Why are they avoiding it? Because they're stubborn. They have a tendency to be stubborn, and because they're afraid. It seems to me like a life with you will be vastly different to what they've created, what they have been working towards creating. There'll be a letting go of a lot of old, a lot of material and superficial aspects of their identity that they thought was important, and now realize that it isn't. They also need to not be so attached to the material. It's a lot they'll have to let go, and that's what they're avoiding. In this past situation, with the situation that they've been in, they've had a lot of freedom to be a little bit messy. With you, there'll be no space for that. They need to have their shit together. They're avoiding that. It's nice. It's what we all want someday, but they're like wondering, do they want that now? It's there'll be no excuses in the connection with you. So this is actually what they've been working towards and what they've been building towards, is this happily ever after, this stable Ten of Pentacles situation. Even though they've started the process of doing that a long time ago, they realized that even though they didn't know it, they were always working towards it. They were working towards you. Does that make sense? This relationship that hasn't yet come into their lives, they were working towards it. That the confusion that they've become accustomed to is not real anymore. It's not real anymore. They have a deep desire to move in the direction that they know they want to. But they're avoiding it. They still tell themselves they're a little bit confused. They still sort of get lost in their heads, because the confusion is almost a rational excuse. When people ask them about this, so why don't you just do it? Why don't you, if this is what you want, why don't you just do it? Then they will actually have conversation that expresses confusion intentionally, because they don't know why. There's no reason why they're not doing it.